Okay, this is Hideous Z doing a replay analysis. This is Sion top into Riven, and we are in Silver 1, right at or near a promo to Gold. So, Sion versus Riven is tank versus carry. So, basically, in any lane where you are opposing a carry, whether it's Riven or Quinn or anybody or Rengar, anybody that's looking to snowball out of lane phase, your primary objective is to deny them kills. They will have a much harder time coming out of lane phase and being effective if they are not able to get a kill or two in lane. And so you want to deny them kills, you want to focus, you want to laser focus on CS, and you know, just build your your tanky armor items early, as opposed to going any sort of damage. I'm assuming is what you do here, but we'll see. So you can bully her when she makes a mistake. So like this right here, like that's free. That's pretty free. This is, you can punish this. You know, just back it up a little bit. So there's no reason for you to not punish this right now. You want to get this CS, and then she's out of position. And then again here, like there's no CS that you need to get right now. This minion is attacking this minion, and this one is too. But you've got a couple of seconds before they get it low enough that it needs to be a last hit. So, I mean, the least you can do is like walk up and pressure Riven here. You know, because right now you're just letting her, she just doesn't have to worry about going up and getting this CS at all. Riven does have a pretty intense power spike at level 2, and then especially again at level 3. So you want to be really careful when she's approaching those level break points. Nice. Good. So the thing about that was, if she had tried to trade back on you, you had a pretty sizable minion advantage, and it would have been really hard for her to get out of that with a favorable trade, especially since you have your shield. So the thing you run into here is that she is close to her turret and you are overextended. So you want to minimize the amount of time that this is what's happening. You want to use your abilities and everything you can to break this freeze and to shove it into her turret as quickly as possible, so that the turret will reset the wave for you. And you don't have to be overextended for any longer than you absolutely have to be. So you shoved it into the turret, you could have shoved it in a little quicker, and if you shoved it in a little quicker, then the lane would have reset exactly even. Now you have a big advantage over her. Yeah, you can totally bully her. Nice. Nice. Well done. That's exactly what you need to be doing. You focus on farm until she makes a big mistake like that, and then punish it. Okay, I'm going to speed up a little bit. It seems like you're CSing pretty well overall. Oh my gosh. So that's so dumb. Never do this. If you're ever tempted to teleport to a minion just to deny her 1 CS, that's a minute longer that your teleport is on cooldown. That is not worth 1 CS. Teleport to the turret and walk up, for crying out loud. The only time that is worth doing is if you're confident you can get a kill out of it, like if you can teleport back here to a ward or something and flank. Okay, so right now you went back, which is fine. That was a good time to go back. You got your Giant's Belt. And now you're looking at what the situation is here. Even if Riven shoves this as fast as she can, she is unlikely to be able to get it to your turret before you can walk back. And she's not shoving as fast as she can. She's trying... I think she might be trying to freeze it. But I don't know if she doesn't recognize that she can't freeze it. Oh, yikes. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, you're at level 5. You don't have ult yet. They are pretty out of position, though. Okay, so you force them to burn a lot of abilities, and now you guys can dragon. Ideally. So you gotta know when you make a play like that you're basically giving up top. Riven might not be able to actually kill top at this point. No, what? No, why? What? Just kill him. Oh my gosh, he's level 3. Why are 4 of you running from a level 3 Shaco? Ah! It's level 3 Shaco! Ermagerd. Okay, so you guys just gave up top for... So you gave up significant pressure top for nothing. That's the way that works out. That really sucks. Okay, so if you're gonna make a teleport like this bot lane, in theory that's not a bad idea. I would probably have held off until you had your ult though. Because if you got your ult, then you have a much better chance at actually securing a kill there, because you have one more form of major gap closer and crowd control. So I would have honestly walked back to lane and waited another wave or two before looking to make a play like that. You did get something out of it. I mean, you did damage to them, and you burned a lot of summoner spells, so that's good. But then, yeah, you guys all got to immediately go do dragon. And I don't know why 4 people ran from 1 Shaco, a level 3 Shaco. That's obscene. I mean, yeah, his bot lane might come up, but you still outnumber them. And Zed's right here; he can come down. Like, oh, that's brutal. So anyway, so I'm not sure if that was your call, or if you didn't, if you didn't spam pings against that move from backing away from dragon, or what. But dragon was absolutely the right thing to do there. And because you don't end up getting anything bot lane, you just end up giving a lot of pressure up top lane. She doesn't get the turret because it's too early for her to be able to pressure it that fast. But she gets a major CS advantage over you now. You had a major CS advantage over her. You actually had pretty solid lane control, and you gave that up for a risky teleport bot. So honestly, I don't think I would have teleported bot there without my ult. And if I did teleport there, I would have made pretty dang sure that I at least got the dragon out of it. Because that's pretty much top lane now. I mean, unless Riven plays this really weird, that's pretty much the lane. So keeping constant pressure on her and keeping her shoved is definitely what you want to do. As you're passing river, you want to make sure that you have that warded as consistently as possible. Until you have a chance to upgrade your yellow trinket, try to be buying vision wards, or stealth wards I mean. Buy a ward every time you go back, at least one. Yeah. So Riven just has the ability to do that, and since she was fairly significantly ahead, although most of that gold was still... Well, that's not true. She had enough gold out of her pocket that she made that work. So she has a significant lead now, and she had a significant lead before that. So you always have to be aware of the fact that Riven can and wants to go all in like that. So if it looks at all like she's going to, you want to give her enough space and use your slow and your knock up defensively as you're backing away, so that she is not just getting, or is not able to just freely engage on you. It would have been 1,000 times better to just burn your ult to run away, because that breaks her CC. She can't stop your ult. Than to die there. I mean, yeah, you give up your ult, but you don't have your teleport anyway. Or your teleport's up now, but you give up your ult, but that's worth giving up for dying, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, now back off. Good. Okay, I'm going to speed up a little bit here. Good ward. Okay, that's good. This is kind of how you want to be playing it. A little bit conservative. That's unfortunate, but not a bad thing to try. As soon as Vi comes up, though, I mean, if Vi is up looking to gank, that means that Shaco is also probably looking to gank, because your junglers, especially towards the beginning of the game, can tend to mirror each other. You know, when one's looking to gank, the other one's probably looking to gank too. So you got to be thinking to yourself, okay, so I just burned my ult. I'm low on mana. Vi was definitely looking for a gank, so there's a pretty good chance that Shaco's looking for a gank, and you want to be aware of Shaco looking for a gank regardless anyway. So if you're out of mana, and you know it's a gank time, and this ward is gone, so you know that Shaco... unless it just expired, it's possible. But there's very little for you to gain by being here when you're out of mana, and so it's a risky overextension that is at least going to hurt you, if not kill you. Yeah. You have to play so safe against Riven once she gets going at all. If she gets an advantage at all, which she got when you went bot, she will take that and just absolutely snowball the lane out of it. And so you got to be giving her enough or more respect than you would normally if she gets ahead, and then just coupled with the awareness that Shaco was likely in the area. Risky. That was a good teleport though, that saved your turret. If you'd waited half a beat longer, she would have gotten your turret. Oh, where's the auto attack? Okay, I'm going to speed up a bit. Looks like your team is doing fairly well overall. Oh, and you see Riven bot, so this is free to keep pushing. Or mid, I mean, not bot. Okay, now she's gone. You don't have vision of her, so you're thinking she's heading up top lane. I have to, you know, so many seconds before she gets here. Good. And you have your ult to get away. Oh, you had your ult to get away! Or wait. Yeah. Yeah, just ult. There's no reason to hold on to your ult at this point in the game. Later game you want to save it for initiating team fights, but right now it's better than dying. You know, you don't want to burn the cooldown just needlessly, but it's better than dying. Okay, bot and top lane turrets are down, so people are naturally going to start gravitating toward the mid lane, which is what you're doing. That is going to split top. Oh boy. Definitely go ahead and push the lane here. Use your abilities. Put pressure on the enemy team. spell shield timing now. Oh, why would you? Oh, there's Zed. Okay, that's why. Okay, that's fine. Well, no, it wasn't. Bummer. Okay, I'm gonna back up and look at that. Okay, so right now, Sivir is going down. She's super low. If she gets out, she's gonna be barely alive. Okay, so she's barely alive. So you see Zed coming in. He passed Riven, so I think he has vision of Riven. Vaya's at Dragon. Sivir is leaving. So is now really a good time to be diving in versus 4 of them? Like, best case scenario, it's you, Leona, and Zed versus 4. And they have Gianna, who is the queen of disengage. And they have Nidalee, who is massive heals. And they have Tristana, who is a big jump. Don't know how many of them have heal or flash up. So, I mean, like, best case scenario, that's a 3v5 for at least a few seconds, and if Vi decides to come straight up. And Sivir's gonna die too here, I bet. Yep, that was really silly of her to come back. Oh no, she survived. Okay, she had flash. Yeah, nice. That was a really sick double kill for Riven. So in that case, you do not want to go in on that fight. You want to be pinging Zed to get back. You know, do not fight right now. We do not have the numbers. Best case, that was a 3v5. It was not going to go in your favor. Vi was sneaking Dragon, and so that's your win. I mean, that's your win condition for that trade right there. Just stall here long enough for Vi to get the Dragon. If they go for Dragon or go to try to contest it, then you can pinch with Vi. Okay, moving right along. Pushing down mid. Nidalee was window shopping, which will be fixed in the patch that hits tonight. As soon as you get, after patch 5.12, as soon as you take damage, if you're window shopping, the shop will close automatically. So that's kind of nice. Okay, good. You pushed the turret, you pressured it, and now you can back off. Now you're looking for the next thing. Dragon is down. Baron's not going to be up for a couple of minutes. So you want to get, so the objective that you're wanting to establish right now is vision control. You want to get enough wards down on their side of the map. This turret is down, so this, you're not really going to be pressuring this side of the map because this turret's gone and this dragon is gone. Or this dragon. The only dragon's gone. And so there's nothing really down here to pressure, so you can focus all of your vision efforts on this section right here. You want some vision around these areas, so as you're pressuring this turret, you have idea what's on your flank. You want to ward these areas, so as you're rotating top to take this turret, you know what's on your flanks. So you don't have any towers to attack, you don't have any towers to defend, you don't have dragon to attack or defend. You don't want to be primarily doing two things. You want to be establishing vision control, in this case in this area. I would suggest putting a ward in the crossroads here, and a ward at the entrance right here, and a ward in the brush right here, which you already have one, so that's fine. Since you have upgraded your yellow trinket at level 9, then you upgrade that yellow trinket at level 9, or as soon as possible thereafter, so that you may have just hit level 10, so you may have not been back at base since you're level 9. So if that's the case, then I kind of forgive you. But anyway, that yellow trinket will help you get your 2 wards down. If you have a ward here, so in this case scenario, 2 wards is all you really need for vision control for pressuring these 2 objectives. You want more. You want vision in the river and around those areas and stuff, but so you're going to be setting the lanes up to slow push to pressure the map for you so that you can start pushing these turrets without too much risk. I'm not sure why you're walking back to base. Okay. So, in the whole time that you were walking back to get that ward, you could have been establishing, you know, you could have recalled and bought a couple of wards, or you could have recalled and bought, you know, your warding trinket. You have enough gold for that. And then you could have come back and started actually impacting the map. Getting that ward is kind of meaningless. Like, that's just something you can get sometime when you have nothing better to do. You had a lot of good things that you could have done with your time there. Getting vision control is gigantic. Pressuring a lane. Setting up slow pushes in bot and top. Okay, I'm going to speed up a little bit. So right now you don't have any pressure in any other lane, which makes it really easy for the enemy team to defend this turret. You don't have any pressure here. There's no danger that this turret's going to be taken. There's no danger here, there's no turret to take, there's no dragon, there's no nothing. So it's really easy for the enemy team to defend this, because there's no other choice for them to make. They can just stack there with no consequences. You want to try to create a system where if they stack to defend an objective, then there's consequences elsewhere on the map. A big minion wave is going to push your turret elsewhere. Or you've got a teammate who's split pushing, or whatever the case is. Like right now, Shaco is split pushing, and all his team needs to do is just stall. They just need you to keep from diving on them and getting kills and taking this objective. Which Tristana wasn't really on board with that plan, so... Well, she might still be okay. Yeah, well. And now these guys are out of position and kind of hosed. And now you're hosed too because of that. So that was a pretty greedy engage. Got a little bit overeager. And again, you kind of got to go out and evaluate risk reward. So if you just pressure this, you keep 4 people here probably, and maybe you even get a chance to siege down the turret a bit. But the whole time you're doing that, if you do that for too long, or if you decide to take a really risky dive and lose the fight like just happened, you're giving Shaco free time up here to decimate your top turret. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll go back to watching Sion. That's what I'm here to do. But yeah, for this particular situation, you're doing the right thing. Yep, you want to push this. As you're walking through the jungle, you're placing wards. Okay, good. So you upgraded your yellow trinket. All is well, my son. Well done. Well done. So you're going to be placing a ward or two as you go. Try to have a pink ward on the map at all times as well. That's pretty important vision. And yeah, you don't want to go past river. Nice TP. Nicely done. Very nicely done. So now you're going to pressure this turret down. And then dragon will be back up. So you can be typing and you can be looking at the timer and you're picking and you're saying dragon next. Because you cannot realistically take this turret before they're up and able to at least chase and avenge it, if not defend it. Okay, dragon comes up in 3 seconds. The enemy team is completely up except for Shaco. So this is starting to get pretty risky, because you got Tristana pushing this, and Tristana can push harder than Sivir can defend in all likelihood. Since she is... I guess Sivir's ahead, but Tristana just has so much more range. Okay, so you guys did pretty good. You got that turret and you backed off. I would have rotated top though. This is free. Not sure why you didn't rotate top. There's nothing to get bot. So as soon as you get the mid turret, just rotate top and take that turret. Or rotate bot if that's the lane that's split pushing. You're probably toast. Okay, you got an open inhibitor, and you've got a top lane that is pushing your way. So right now, it's not worth it going for the open inhib because there's too much going on the map. If you go for the open inhib, Riven takes this turret and this turret and possibly the inhibitor. Which is definitely not worth. Oh my gosh! Oh, the hunter becomes the hunted. That was beautiful. Well played, Zed. Okay. Good, keeping the lanes pressured. Right now, though, I mean, overall, you're kind of keeping the lanes pressured, but you're not really doing anything with that. So, you want to be grouping up with your team and deciding on an objective to take. Do you want to try to force Baron? Do you want to wait for Dragon to come back, which is a long ways off, so probably not that right now? Or do you want to pressure a turret? This is the easiest turret by far, because it takes this, and if you win a fight there, then you've got Baron right there that you can go to. On the flip side, of course, if you lose a fight there, the enemy team has Baron they can go to. So you want to be careful and make sure it's one you're pretty confident you can win. Okay, speeding up a bit here. Nice. I think your build is pretty good versus this team. I might have gone Randuin's before Frozen Heart, but that's a minor thing. I'm not 100% sure if that's even optimal. It's just a personal preference thing. Okay, that's done. And yeah, now book it. Good, now you need to rotate and support Silver though, because she's pushing this and nobody's chasing you, so that's no good just running. Just walk over and support her. You don't even need to show up in lane, just be in range to help her out if something goes down. Okay, Silver's probably toast. Yeah. So yeah, you need to rotate to defend the turret. Which you can do pretty much indefinitely, as long as you can keep people CC'd. That Leona ult. Okay, good ult, good. Good, good, nice. Now you back away. Good, that's smart. Oh, why did you stay? Dude. Dude, you have 200 health. Why stay? You do nothing. You're a free kill. You're just begging for something like this to happen. You can add nothing to this fight. Just go back and recall. Just go heal. Your teleport is up. If worst case scenario, you can come back to lane immediately. Just go heal. Don't be a free kill. Okay, you should be able to teleport to something happening. Or just be walking. Never just stand here. Like, unless you have a home guard teleport. Never stand in base. Always be walking to where you would go if you didn't teleport, you know? So that you're not just wasting that time. Because if you decide to teleport, it doesn't really usually matter where you teleport from. But if you decide against teleporting, then you've just sat in fountain for an extra 10 seconds that you could have been using to pressure the lane. Okay, you secured the dragon, well done. Collapsing on Riven, also a good idea, nicely done. Good rotation. Yeah, you got Zed pressuring bot, so now yeah, you guys can pressure top. That gives Zed breathing room, and it's at most a 4v4 for you if they send somebody to deal with him. Diving is super unnecessary though. Why would you dive? Don't dive. Resist the temptation to dive. You are not that far ahead. Bummer. So yeah, turret diving there is unnecessary. Just siege. Just keep the wave pressured. Have Sivir plink away with her auto attacks, and just siege it down. That keeps this busy for so much longer, because Zed still is here. Zed still wants somebody else pressuring for him so that he can split push. So do him the favor of just sticking around in here. You don't need to dive and force the kills right now. Just stick around in here, siege it down, draw out the fight, draw out how stressed they are over the fact that you're drawing out the fight. Nicely done. Good work. Overall. Double kills, unfortunate. Oh, I guess we haven't killed anybody. I thought, we killed Nidalee. Okay, I'm gonna speed up a bit. So right now, Riven has double your CS. Partially that's because she spent a lot of time split pushing, but she has almost double your CS, which is brutal. That should almost never happen. Like, remember to be farming and pressuring waves and getting CS where you can. Uh-oh. Wow. That sucks. That's why you always want a pink ward if you're going to be doing Dragon. Or Baron. Either one. Okay, Dragon's a pretty good call. Not much they can do to stop you. Wow, I take it back. There's all kinds of things they can do to stop you. So what did I miss? Was Sivir there the whole time doing it with you? No, that's why. You don't have any DPS. You don't have any real damage to take this thing out. I would have pinged it and set up a trap. In that case, since you know you gotta wait, just ping your team back or ping them into the bush so that you can set up a trap for when they come check. Okay, speeding up a bit. So as Sion, your job is kind of to become a big bruiser, and then, yeah, be able to dive on the back of enemy teams or just initiate on teams. His ult is what I like to call a big red button ult. Vi is kind of a lesser big red button. But it's a big red button in that you mash the R button and you've got a team fight on your hands. It's very easy, it's a very reliable initiation or gap closer for you. Plus it's very easy for your teammates to read. You know, what's Sion gonna do? Oh, well, he just ulted, so he's gonna be going that way. So let's follow him. That kind of thing. Whereas if some other champions ult or use a key ability, it's really hard to really know what they're gonna do next. So Sion's fairly simplistic that way. Oh, bug splat. That might be because of the patch. So that might be all I'm able to do for tonight. So that's unfortunate. But for now, the big takeaways from that game in lane, you played it pretty well overall, honestly. So just focus on the things that I talked about. Just focus on, you want to be focusing on CS, you want to be focused on not giving Riven kills. As soon as Riven feels like she has an edge at all, especially as she hits 6, she's going to be looking to go aggressive. At 6, she will almost always look to go aggressive unless you have already just stomped her into the ground. So as when she hits 6, start playing more conservative. Let her push the lane, farm under your turret. You're just kind of to become a monster, an unstoppable monster with armor and stuff. You don't need to try and force kills and carry the lane that way. So just focus on doing your thing as Sion. You know, farming up, getting CS, getting your items, and then teleporting around the map and making big plays. That first teleport I would have held off on. I think things would have turned out a lot better for you overall if you'd held off on teleporting there. The enemy team was overextended, and so I understand completely why in another set of circumstances that would have been a great teleport. But without your ult and with the way Riven was showing the lane, it ended up costing you an awful lot. So I don't think I saw if you ended up winning that game or not. It was kind of close. It could have gone either way. I'm assuming that you won, though. It kind of looked like that was the direction it was heading. So that, and then yeah, overall, I don't know if there was a big theme for the rest of the game that I noticed. So you know, I mentioned a few things as I saw them, but for the most part, in lane, that kind of sets you back a ways and sets your kind of unstoppable Sion monster in-game fantasy phase back a big chunk. And so if you can avoid situations like that and just be having a better sense of what it's really going to take to make a gank like that worth it, then that will set the tone for the rest of the game, and you'll have a much better time moving into mid and then even into late game. So thanks for the opportunity to look at the game. Sorry I wasn't able to complete it. I'm sorry if my analysis was maybe a bit less insightful than it is normally. I am doing this really tired, trying to get it in before the patch hit. So I apologize for the length of time it took me to get it back to you, and hopefully doing a game down the road, it'll be a little bit of higher quality, and I'll be able to look at the end of the game as well. So regardless, thanks for giving me a chance to take a look at it, and I hope it is helpful. Best of luck.